Do you remember? When it snowed for a week straight, and we couldn't leave the house, and all the books in the library were in German. We convinced that cook the house was haunted by some young Frankish prince, and the poor man refused to leave his kitchen without a rosary in one hand and a Bible in the other. I miss those days. The things I'm learning from Father's friends are... well, I wish I could tell you about them. Someday, perhaps. But not now. And not like this. But still, I find myself missing those days. Missing home. Missing you. Next time Father comes to Paris, you must persuade him to bring you along. I remain always your Elise. Dear Arno, I confess I'm not entirely sure what to say here. It was good to see you again. Somehow rings hollow. An empty space unfit to contain the totality of my feelings. And yet I am pleased. Pleased that the assassins have not changed you completely. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You never were one to be easily awed. It seems we have both found ourselves at an impasse in the hunt for my father's killer. Perhaps together, we can accomplish what neither of us could alone. It's nice to think that after all this time, we're still better together than apart. Yours, Elise. Oh, Arno. What have you done? I know we didn't part on the best of terms, but to go running to the assassins? My father kept you away from them for a reason. Their creed is like wine, sweet enough at first blush, and in moderation it makes life seem more bearable. But drink too deeply, and you find naught but madness and anarchy. No doubt they've already filled your mind with tales of how dreadful we Templars are, that we would make slaves of humanity and place our boots on the world's neck. You knew my father, and you know me. Dearest Arno, I can barely conceive how much has changed in the last 3 years. How far our roads have taken us. Sometimes I feared our paths would diverge forever, or else come together at loggerheads like the star-crossed lovers in some hackneyed stage piece. Yet here we are. Not the same brash children we once were, nor yet strangers. When this is over, when Germain is dead at our feet and my father rests, who then will we be? Assassin mentor and Templar Grandmaster? The continuation of the old, or the beginning of something new? Will we shape the future of our world, or will we retire quietly to the countryside to raise goats? I can just see you, a goat herd, leaping and climbing about the Alps. No goat would have a chance of escaping you. I do not know what the next days, months, years will bring. All I know is that we shall remain Arno and Elise, and with that, I am content. Je t'aime, Elise. Dearest Aunt.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
Things are gonna get seriously bad for you. You are. Get out of here right now. All right. You asked for this. Where do you want the scar, huh? It's right here, you good? I don't know what you're talking about.
Vous avez mes plus humbles chances dans l'élan de l'inspiration.
Je ne sais pas trop quoi en penser. Je lui dirai que tu me perds.
Ce sac à vin fait perdre mon temps. Et tout ça, c'est de la viande.
Vous aurez appris les dernières nouvelles à votre tour dans la Gazette. Je dois lire ça.
Allons, il en aura pas plus.
Lâchez donc cette mégère.
C'est tout de même particulièrement hideux.
On dirait qu'il y a de l'agitation.
Un homme bien étrange.
Une cette agitation.
Aux hommes de juger leur prochain. Laissez-moi partir.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je ne me sens pas très bien. Je crois que je vais rentrer.
Non, le drôle de ce n'est pas négociable.
Il a l'air de s'amuser. C'est ceci?
What is it this time?
I don't do business with extortionists. Get away. Can you break the peace?
Anna.
Que me chaud la révolution. Votre père avait contracté une dette.
J'imagine que c'est dangereux.
Whose side are you on? What exactly are you accusing me of? Traitor. What is your problem? You're a royalist. Look, you've got this covered then.
Audacieux, très audacieux.
Oh, vous m'inquiéter?
Qu'est-ce que je vais dire à Maître François? Tais-toi et regarde.
De la première lutte pour la liberté.
se passe quelque chose là-bas.
Are you sure about this?
Not particularly, no. But the Marquis is on the National Convention for Le Pelletier. He might have some insight.
Which is a more incisive commentary on corruption in the bishopric? 7 nuns seducing a parish priest into debauchery, or an enormously endowed Benedictine sodomizing a goat named Pius?
No force in heaven or on earth will make me answer that question.
Quite right, Arno. The goat it is. So, what can I do for you? And your charming companion.
Louis-Michel Le Pelletier. What can you tell us about him?
Ah, dear Louis. He went from abolishing the death penalty to calling for the king's head in 2 short years.
Where can we find him?
I'm afraid I don't often socialize with my fellow deputies. Something about my distaste for the beheading of the innocent. Speaking of innocence...
De Sade. Le Pelletier.
Well, I believe he often takes meals at a certain cafe near Le Palais Royal. I believe you can find him there.
If we don't, I'll be back.
Really? Well, then I hope I'm mistaken.
No, you don't.
Wine delivery for the palace.
Take it round back.
Make sure you clean those windows properly this time, or Mr. Le Pelletier will have my head.
Bonjour, Citizen Le Pelletier. Citizen Talia.
This is my patriotic duty!